Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
Yeah, it's just nothing to mess around with, folks. So I say all that saying, you're there. I've been there, been scared to death, and you can't outrun it. You got to face it. And slay your dragon. So turn around and slay your dragon.
Slay your dragon. That would, in the words of Mr. Auman, that's gonna be the show title.
That's a joke. I wish I could take credit for that, but that is someone much smarter than me. That is Mr. Jordan Peterson himself. That's his mantra.
I want to go see Peterson. I heard y'all are going like next week.
Yeah, real soon after. Yeah,
one day I'll get invited on these trips.
March 2nd or 3rd. It's
day,
in, dude. You're welcome anytime, and I'll go see Peterson if he's. Any chance I can get to see him go speak, I'm going to. This will be the third time. Saw him in Florida, actually with Brian a couple years ago. Saw him in Detroit with Brian, I guess of all things, and Liz and Britt. And then Brittany and I and my friend Brian Kellett and his wife Emily, we're going to go see
with Brian again.
A different Brian, yes, but yeah, different Brian. My friend Brian Kellett this time.
How are Columbus, Ohio. How are they? They're the plant company.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, stump plants. Yeah, they're doing good.
They just still growing.
They just built. I think they've stabilized. I think they've kind of flattened out for a little bit. They did a crazy growth curve of like 9 stores in 7 states. I think it was.
Yeah.
Just a little boutique plant shop kind of deal. Fancy plants in fancy pots, to quote his dad. And they're really smart business minds. Like they're really genius people. But they're doing good. They just built a house out off east of Columbus, and it's a cool. He's an architect without being an architect, you know, and so they built a really cool house and on a few acres out there. So been real cool.
He's trying to hold it in. I saw for the Gigo you were trying to hold it in the whole time. But I don't know. It's a cool thing to see people like that grow their company, because here goes he's gonna take a shot of Mucinex on the air. Okay, you are absolutely destroying people's ears right now. Throwing that mic around.
I was trying to do that real smooth. I Rambo'd across the. Yeah, everyone is now. Everyone's now. Everyone is deaf. Yeah, I was trying to scramble to get my Mucinex here to squelch my throat here. I don't know. I got a couple cough drops over on the table. I'll take 2 here, but
he's gonna throw it back. Let's go. He's gonna throw it back. Look at there. Oh man, how did that taste? That change your life?
I hope. I really hope.
How many mLs?
In Mucinex we trust. That was probably 3 or 4.
He acts like he actually knows.
On that prescription cough
He
syrup.
acts like he actually knows.
Yeah, dude, that's like a shot of whiskey. It's the volume that I had in my mouth. I've done a couple of those, Jeremiah.
I wouldn't know that life.
And good for you, buddy.
I'm only legal.
That's good for you.
I've only been legal for 2 years, so.
That always shocks me. Every time I hear how young you are, it blows my mind.
I feel like I'm actually getting old now, though, because
you hang out with all these old guys like me and Brian and all the other geezers. Yeah, you're gonna.
Well, I feel like I turned 24 this year, so I'm like 23 is still like, yeah, I'm young. 24, I'm like, all right, I'm getting old.
God,
now.
to be 24 again. Oh, jeez. And I tell that to guys that are like 60 and 70. How I'm 40, like, oh, you're just a young man. It's like, Lord, I don't feel it at all. I feel so old. Never felt worse in my life. I've never felt more decrepit. It's been a couple of rough years building that shop, but
you took a few years off your life.
I think I probably shaved a couple, but whatever. Got a ton of equity in the building now, so
there you go.
Trading lifespan for equity, hot dogs. So.
Ton of equity. It was cool watching. It was a very cool process to watch you build that thing on the YouTube, on the Instagram, all that stuff that goes along with it.
Dude, it's.
In 10 years, you're going to look back and be like, thank God I documented this. Because it's going to be.
I agree with that.
You're going to have forgotten so much in your head, and you're going to see a video and be like, man,
it was so much work and such a pain. You know how it is. It's such a pain to document all this stuff, and you don't feel like YouTubing or shooting a reel or doing anything on it. And Without a doubt. And I knew it when we were doing it, but there's times just like, I don't feel like going to get the GoPro, fighting with that piece of junk to see if it's like, but we did, and I'm super glad we documented it, because I wish to goodness I wish I had family members back that documented their lives and what they did, and when they moved to Ohio and
like literally
moved the frontier, I would love to be able to look back on it. That'd be so cool. And hopefully I won't embarrass my kids or my posterity too much down the line. We'll see.
We've talked about that before, like the content, like the way that our kids are going to get to know us at this age. Like I would do not anything, but I would love to see my parents at my age.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
Like, and hear how they talked and act and crap.
It's probably really for the best, because because I think we'll all realize is something I think I've realized as getting older. Like, nobody knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, look back at our first couple kids, and it's like, gosh, did my parents not know what they're doing as bad as I don't know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
You know? Like, although, like, the maternal instinct is phenomenal, and
paternal, not so much.
Yeah, I'm not going to give the paternal link so much credit, but the maternal end of it, like, God bless the mothers that know what they're doing, because it's such an amazing instinct. But
well, Khalib, how do we figure out business? You said you've never been so
lost.
You've never been so lost. What is the solution to this?
I've never been so confused on such a high level. I'm just so confused on such a high level. I don't know. Like I said, I've been thinking about this a lot, and like
what are your next steps? I think that's a better question. Not how do you figure out, but like, what are your steps from here? Continuing learning.
A huge aspect of it is just learning, and another big part of what I'm doing probably this year. I say this and I talk tough now, but a lot of it's going to be saying no. Yeah. I'm going to go back to saying no, which is, I say that and knowing we're going into like a downish economy coming out of the last year of a shifting economy. I could feel it, and I think everybody did.
It definitely shifted.
And it's like, so I'm talking tough now on the air, but I'm going to try to start saying no to stuff I just know is a bad fit for our company.
Yeah.
But that's easy to say now when I'm not like only 2 or 3 weeks booked out, and I got 4 families on payroll, 6 really, and plus mine.
Yeah.
So we've got a part-time guy and a part-time girl that helps with the social stuff, and it's just like, it's easy to talk. I'm only doing jobs with 29% margin. Okay. We'll see when the pipeline's getting dry or the workload's getting low. We'll see, and Lord willing. And I have faith that the Lord will provide, of course, because He always did. He did all last summer, even at times when I was like, man, we're going to be really dry here if we don't get some approvals on projects.
It wasn't ideal.
It was a weird – and by the way, to walk that backwards, last year was a weird year for us because we were coming back out of the build. I didn't do any marketing or anything the year prior because I spent all my life working on the shop. And so last year was a weird year. I don't think last year had to be as hard as it was. I just made it hard because – the year prior, I just did very little business.
It was just part of the process.
Business development, yeah. And right or wrong, it's what we did, and here we are. But we've been marketing like crazy, and I'm trying to get back into networking stuff. And we're changing how we're communicating with clients. And that's just the thing, like trying to say no to stuff, to smaller stuff, so we can focus on the big stuff and go from there and just keep reading and trying to listen to my mentors.
Get around the right people.
And keep around the right people. And that's something I think about a lot. Like, I've always been really blessed in my life to be around some people that are pretty half put together. Like, and I think about this in so many different aspects of my life. Like, be it in there's so many ways I look at this. Like, I used to hang out with a group of guys that rode BMX, and they were really serious about it, like freestyle BMX, whatever you would call it. And like, they took that very serious. And then like, that was like really, because I knew other guys that did this stuff and were into like cheesy things with bikes, and it sounds trivial. Hunting, the same thing. I knew some people that were really hardcore hunters, and I learned a lot of really good stuff from them. Mountain bikers, the same. I got into horses for a while, and I had the privilege and blessing to hang out with some real cowboys and some guys that really knew horses and how to handle cattle and stuff like that. Not that I picked up much there, but as bad as I wanted to. I learned some amazing and great stuff through them. Parents and friends, just like, I've been really fortunate to be around some people, and now in business, I get to hang around some of the most amazing business people that I just never would have guessed, and podcaster friends that really know podcast. Like, what a blessing, like to have all that in my life circle. And
you get around people who are excelling what they're doing.
Yeah, it's just like so wild. And then my other mantra for this year is that like, and I've been saying this a bit, but like a coach or mentor is a cheat code to life. And that is so damn true. I might tattoo it on my freaking arm. Like
you buy years. You buy years.
You are literally purchasing years. I mean, and it's something as silly as like Brittany and I went fly fishing, got into fly fishing a little bit last year from Together in the Trades out in Montana, and we hired a guide and went out trout fishing. And like we hired this guide, he showed us how to cast. We caught a couple trout. He got us a couple trout. Pretty much, he showed us how and where and what lures to use or flies to use and all that junk. This year I hired a snowmobile coach, essentially a guide. We hired a guide for sledding service and learned how to sled better. And I've sled the best this year I ever had, like as far as technique goes. And it's not saying much.
You almost died,
but nah.
You went over the handlebars.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. You're gonna break some eggs and make an omelet, whatever. But, it's so. And then just again, like landscaping mentors I've had over the years and podcast mentors, like it is absolutely. I'm gonna spend. We had a YouTube coach last year, and that taught me a lot of stuff. Like I'm gonna be spending a lot of money on coaching moving forward.
Coming from someone who 14, 16 months ago was so like adamantly against it.
I can't wait. Couldn't wait for you to try to dunk on me on that one. No, I'm not against coaches, Jeremiah. What did I say? I said, if you're not going to take their advice, don't hire them. That's what I said about coaches. Because
I don't know if that's what you said from day one.
That's exactly.
That might be how you shifted the two.
I have that soundbite handy. If you
knew
can give me,
you knew it was going to come back to bite you.
If you can give me just a moment, I will dig that up.
I believe you. That you're right. You're right.
But more or less, that was my case of like, if you're
which
not
is valid.
If you're not going to take the time, don't bother. Because we did hire a coach years ago,
and
he wanted to push us.
Yeah, you can do it. Just don't expect change.
Fair. Yeah, if you're not willing to act on it, don't expect anything. It's just
go get coached, but don't expect it to change.
Yeah, unless you're going to act on it, and you can't expect miracles if you're not willing to jump on it. And that's one thing this year with some people we're talking to, like it's going to push us and. Our friends, even in coaching things, I should really consider this more strongly, but like our friends at Tandem Marriage do marriage coaching. Yeah. And it's like not counseling. It doesn't mean just because you hire these folks doesn't mean you have problems or anything, but like probably something worth considering. Maybe I should consider because I know I suck. And
in the whole grand scheme of marriage and relationship is a wild, wild journey. Like, yeah.
So could step that up a notch, maybe.
Definitely, at least for us. I know on my side.
I speak for myself anyhow. So I don't know. So I think where do we go from here, and like how do we hopefully come out the other side feeling less lost and confused?
Yeah,
it's trudging forward and trying to apply the stuff I've been blessed to be exposed to and learn and figure out. So life's weird like that, man. But here we are. We're going for it.
Another day, another dollar.
Just keep selling work and just keep learning, pivoting, and I did a couple things last year. I contracted with a couple clients I knew were going to be a real pain in the rear, and they turned out to be a real pain in the rear, and it cost me money. And it was just like I broke my rule, but I was running short of stuff for guys to do, and hired, took on some jobs from some folks I normally wouldn't work with, and I was just like, oh man, I can't do that again. It's just not worth it at the end of the day.
I wonder if this is like, it's so easy to say right now, but if you said no to those feeders, you have 2 weeks of work booked up, you got a couple little feeder jobs that they're going to be pains. You can book them, you can close them. They're going to be a pain though to put some money in the bank, get you through, or you say no. And you focus the time and the energy that would go into those paying clients, and you focus that time onto like hardcore selling for 2 or 3, 4 days.
Yeah.
Like, again, this is I'm literally asking the question here. Like, do you think you could sell a good job if you like took the time that was going into that PETA customer and put it into like something you actually wanted?
Yeah, the tough thing is the timeline, and with
getting
that work,
it like
you know what it's like to try to get a job set up, or meet with a client, design it, get it sold,
especially if your size, the size you're looking for.
Deal with the revisions, and get it closed, get materials, and locate tickets. Meanwhile, you got 4 guys standing around twiddling their thumbs, like burning up revenue or burning up capital. No, we've always got stuff the shop needs done, but that doesn't mean it's just you could just go do that and burn up money.
Yeah. Could you do like get yourself booked out 6 weeks, and as soon as you hit the 6-week mark, like take 2 or 3 days and just sit down and hard call and sell
prospecting? 100%. That's what should get done. 100%. That's what and how it should go, and it should always be
because I'm just sitting
process
here
of making sure you've got the pipeline full.
Like I'm preaching to myself when I say this 1,000,000% because I'm so bad at it. But like, if you genuinely took 8 hours one day, and you said you get lunch or whatever, but essentially I'm uninterrupted. I'm in my office. I'm on the phone. This is one day. It's 1 day. It's 8 hours. It's not that long in the grand scheme of life. And you just sat on the phone for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Think of the amount of people and businesses you could talk to and prospect for a job.
Right.
100.
Yeah. 1 billion. Call up everybody in your phone, in your
you get on Google Maps and look in your city and where you want to work and just zoom in and let it start pulling up business names, and then you go through your contacts list of who is in your contact list, and then ask for people of friends. Get on your Facebook, message people on Facebook.
Right.
And that's against the mold. It's out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's uncomfortable. Preaching to myself, I should be better at it. But if you really did that for 8 hours a day, one day, I guarantee you sell work that day.
If you've got this is probably the only time I'll say I miss mowing, because we used to be in mowing. Is you call those 30 clients weekly that you have. You take your list of 30 properties. And you think of a couple things you've noticed at every single property, and you just call them and say, "Hey, Mr. Herfenherbler, notice you got a dead shrub out on the corner. I'd love to take that out for you. Be $250, put a new one in, done." And you call those 30 properties, and you call those 30 properties with $1,000 project. I about guarantee you could probably do $15,000 worth of work just by calling those 30 properties, saying, hey, we got an opening in our schedule. Just happened. I've been noticing that your property, this needs this, this, and this. Here's the solution. And I bet you could drum up so much work doing that.
It's right in front of you. It's in your phone.
That's something Fullerton always said I thought was interesting. Was he was talking about, the thing about being self-employed, it's unsteady paycheck and unequal income and all, or, whatever, and where you got a job that's stable and secure. And he's like, well, I kind of look at it as I've got, unlimited employers, let's say that's that same thing, kind of bring it back of, I could call everybody on my Mo list.
Yeah.
And, I got 30 people at least, or, more. And that's why, even keeping your CRM up. And that's something Britt did last year. She shot out a ton we've started a pretty heavy email campaign to our existing clientele and just people we have emails for Auman landscaping and things. And she started sending out a newsletter just saying, hey, what's up? We're here, whatever. And that probably turned $100,000 worth of work last year.
That's wild.
Kept us alive. Yeah. I say kept us alive, but it booked us up another $100,000 worth of stuff. Did a couple French drain jobs off of one that were really profitable, really nice jobs, and all that. So, yeah, there's work out there. You just got to pick up the daggone phone.
Yeah.
If you want to hustle it.
8 hours a day, you could sell potentially 20, 30, 40, 50 grand. I mean, if you get a contract from a business or something like that.
No, I couldn't imagine if you spent 8 hours just on the phone calling, how crazy that would be. Yeah, that'd be nuts.
If you're complaining about no work,
right?
That's a free answer. It's a free right there. It's not mind blowing.
If you've been, and it's real. And even still, I called one of my top clients excuse me, a couple weeks ago. I just called him up because I've been preaching this for a while. I was like, I haven't called one of my favorite top clients in a while, and I called him, just left voicemail and said, hey, just checking in, see how you're doing, make sure everything's good. Thank you for the work, whatever. And actually, I've not heard anything from him. We did work from him in the fall, so I'm not worried about that. But it's need to do that more often. Need to reach out. And Britt already sent out a couple weeks ago, just spring maintenance, email heads up, and had half a dozen emails come back yep, we'd like you to do the mulching and stuff again this year. And Cool. Awesome. I got a semi-load of mulch sitting at the shop waiting to go. Guys have been working all winter on oil changes for buggies and skid steers and everything, so all that stuff's ready to go. Like last week of February, we're going to hammer it and go. And so, like, long story short, the work is out there to pedal it, man. You just got to pick up the daggone phone.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen Wolf of Wall Street. It's another movie I'd really like.
You've never watched it?
No, I'd love to watch it.
It's you got to be prepared for it. No kids allowed.
It's intense, yeah, for sure. I've seen enough scenes through Instagram and TikTok and stuff to know, it's definitely not a family film by any stretch. But it's it's one of those scenes I just seen. They just start getting on the phone and calling. And what is that Glengarry movie called Glengarry? If you've ever seen that by any chance, long shot there. Coffee is for closers, but it's this guy, these two guys in this office just making phone calls. And the whole movie revolves around them just like making phone calls to sell some product of some nature, and it's just like always on the phone calling. Just it's what you do. Business is that easy and that hard at the same time. But that is a tough thing about design build work. It's not like just a one done product. It's like there's so much back and forth interaction of like, well, here's this with this shrub, and I don't know, I don't like it's like, and that also gets to where we're trying to go and get away from now is that kind of stuff to where we're more focused on like a whole backyard project that's $150,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just getting away from that where we deal with now again, you could make the argument like, a lot of eggs in one basket there. Yeah, true. You structure the job to protect yourself. Say the client dies in the middle of it or something nuts happens. Like, all your stuff's covered and you're paid
up to what you've done for sure.
Paid for everything you've provided, and clients paid for everything they've been. Essentially both parties are paid for what's provided and what's been provided.
Yeah,
so
that's good, man. Well, we're 15 minutes in. I don't want to hold you any longer. We got a lot to do.
You can hold me. It's only 9:30. It's not too bad.
Yeah, I know. This is like an early show. We probably need to get another one banged out tonight.
You could smack us into two-parter. That's what I would do.
Oh,
Stretch us out in 2 I'm dirty like that. That's for the Kid Contractor podcast.
Yeah.
We're low level like that.
Two-parter? We might say. I thought you were going to say you wanted to stick this on your show, so take part of mine.
Oh, I mean,
I'm not giving it to you. That was not a... That wasn't...
Yeah, the influx of followers you'd bring me would be, like, unfair.
It'd be an unfair advantage.
Yeah.
You would gain way too many.
I don't deserve
it. Would put you, like, your sponsorships would go through the roof.
Probably grow my follower count by
1
points of percentages. So, I mean, we can do that too, if you want to, whatever. What's your marketing plan? What are you doing? You've set... I haven't heard it officially said. I've heard it said like pseudo sarcastically.
I haven't even said that. We got a whole show to do on this crap.
But what's your thinking? Like, what are you going to do to
we'll just
widen
say
the funnel?
We're going to do a whole show on it.
To widen the funnel. What are you going to do to widen the funnel?
We have put a pretty large, substantial growth plan in place, top line at least. Bottom line as well, but the bottom line is what matters.
Yeah, bottom line. Nah, screw it. Just go top line. Who cares?
Right.
It just sounds way cooler.
Top
to
line
say.
to the moon.
Yeah,
top line to the moon. Who cares where you end up on the bottom?
Moon. I like that. Top line to the moon, baby. What's the bottom line? Who cares?
Bottom line is freaking Death Valley. As low as you can get.
Yeah.
Our plan. We're still working through it. Our first steps and actions are we're putting a Facebook ad campaign in place. I'm actually going to have that outsourced this year. Never done that, but we're going to do it, and we're just going to. It's an investment for sure, but I'm to the point we need to bring in new leads. I'm not at a place where I want to learn how to run Facebook ads. I don't have the time to learn how to run Facebook ads. It's not like when they first started where you just created some copy and stuck them on there and people saw them. Like, it's way more competitive. It costs way more money now. Like, you got to actually know how to do it.
It's more complicated.
It's way more complicated. And so I'm going to have that outsourced to someone who actually does it professionally. And so that's going to hopefully be a huge influx going into the springtime. A lot of it is we are getting set up. We're not even getting that. That's a whole other episode. We're going to target our customer base that we currently have for extra jobs as well going in the spring. Send out emails, get things like that done, booked up. But then I really want to. We have like one corridor that runs up and down through our city that I want it like tons of businesses on it. I really want to grow our brand to where we are like market share in that area as far as lawn maintenance goes. And so a lot of this year I think is going to be trying to really hardcore brand and in turn grow sales because of that brand. So I'm going to listen to that story, building a story brand.
Yeah, good.
I'm going to listen to that book, but I want to hit those businesses pretty hard. And I know I'm kind of late going to spring this far because a lot of stuff bids in October in our area for upcoming year. So, but they're definitely like every year we get stuff that comes in March, April, May.
Absolutely.
People that shut down or their last guy sucks or whatever. So try to get in, snack some of those. But the Facebook campaign is our first, like, that's what we're hitting the most. We're putting a lot of money behind that thing on a monthly basis. And so run it hard for 3, 4, 5 months, see what we get out of it, and go from there. I mean, the website's new, was built last year, so hopefully the SEO is going to catch up on that, get us up in the rankings there. Search for trying to get more Google reviews as anything. I mean, trying to just capture market share by like organic searches, seeing the trucks rolling down the road, stuff like that. So
awesome, dude. Are you doing your as far as bookkeeping goes and stuff? Are you doing that
Heck
all
no.
in-house? You're doing that in-house or somebody's doing it?
No,
for you?
somebody's done that for me.
Oh, okay, cool.
I have not.
Oh, that's right. You had to call the bookkeeper earlier this week,
Yeah.
and I was singing your praises. Duh, Caleb.
Yeah, I cannot fathom doing my own bookkeeping again. Like that's a job. No, my company would shut down before I did my own bookkeeping.
Dude, you're doing that at 23. I didn't do that until I was 38.
2 years ago.
Yeah, and barely. And then we just turned over the rest of it
Yeah,
literally
how cool has
a
that been?
month ago.
How cool has that been, though?
It's
We need to save that. I want to hear
we got
Brittany's
our
take
spring.
on
Yeah, I
that.
say we got our spring cash flow report, and it was just like, huh. A, we have no money, but B, it was
But
like,
it's like, well, I didn't know this existed.
but B, it's like, wow, this is the first time. I mean, I always knew we had no money going into spring,
But
this is
now
the
we
first
like
spring I
really
can
know.
see it on paper and know to the penny how much money we don't have. Yeah,
like-
it's like cool. It was really sweet. It was like,
Where and
whoa,
guess what?
like I'm legit broke. This is great.
And you're paying to know that you have
And on
no
top
money.
of that, I paid somebody $1,000. Tell me I have no money. It's awesome.
You can't figure it out on your own.
Like you
You're gonna
hemorrhage
pay
cash
some-
all winter. Now you're going into spring startup with less cash and no cash. Yeah, it's
I love it.
But it's awesome, man. I say all that in jest, and that's true. I mean, it's going spring startup. Everyone knows that sucks.
Yeah.
But now the great thing about design build work is like we capture a lot of deposits up front, which is great.
Yeah.
So that bolsters that. So that's always good. But
Yeah, mowing net end of month. That sucks,
dude,
Spring is you
I'm
get
telling you, if you're not doing, is one thing the industry of people doing like credit card on file and billing every week is, I think, the greatest thing ever.
I'm not billing every week.
Oh, dude, I don't know.
I don't
why
think
not.
we'll ever change to that.
Why not?
We'll always stay end of month.
Why?
That's so much more. Maybe eventually when I have dedicated admin staff, but like the effort that goes into weekly billing, like there's no benefit. I mean, the cash flow, yes,
Yeah.
but like we run lines of credit. Like,
Yeah.
what's the?
I mean, if you're managing all that, that's great. I'm just always shocked by that, and just
Yeah. Now, if you're running strictly cash, you have no line of credit, you have no credit card, like that you float with, then yeah, I mean, I would definitely push for weekly. You gotta have cash coming in, but I mean, some of the largest businesses out there, like $100 million companies, have millions of dollars lines of credit, and like they always float credit. And I'm not saying that's the way to go. I'm just saying it works. It's definitely doable, and so it works. The other reason is like so there's a difference between prepay and weekly.
Right.
Prepay's tough because like our weather's too crazy. Like there are weeks that we miss. Like it just is,
which is everybody's thing. That's just why I say like. If you do prepay, that is the most gangster ballsy thing to do. I love it, and I am so psyched to hear anybody does prepay. I think it's amazing.
Until you're sitting there issuing refunds at 3 a.m.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares? You're prepaying. You're a baller. You're a gangster in my book. Okay. I love it. And I tip my hat to you. But like pay per week or whatever, the cash flow would be just great.
The cash flow would be great, but I don't have the time to sit down and invoice.
Which is
week.
fair. Which like you've got to like consider, right? You
get a full-time admin on staff, or even a part-time admin,
right?
And that can be something they can actually do.
Yeah.
Then I'll go for it. Yeah, go for it. But I mean, it's just one of more transactions, more book your book. If you're outsourcing your bookkeeping, you're gonna pay more for your bookkeeping if you do that.
Right.
So you got to think about the cost,
you got to put that into the consideration of cost of goods. I guess at that point that'd be overhead really, but
no, it's what is the benefit of it? Like the cost to the benefit.
I got you.
You're gonna pay more for your bookkeeper because they're having to record more transactions.
Yeah. What I would say to that is, now granted, you shouldn't have clientele that's an issue with, so that kind of negates what I'm about to say. But
what do you mean that's an issue with?
In other words, what I'm saying to the big picture is you shouldn't have clients that you're worried about. Well, if you run a card at the end of the month and it doesn't work, well, now you're out the whole month's worth of billing.
Yeah. Like
next week, if the card declines, you can not mow and hold them hostage, essentially saying, "Look, we're not mowing. The card didn't go through last week." Which you don't want those kind of clients anyhow, so you shouldn't be dealing with that crap. But
But here's the thing, though, and you might push back on this. You've been out mowing a long time, though. That's an easy thing to say. Oh, car didn't charge. I'm not mowing. Until you know that it's a customer you're not dropping, and they're not a bad customer.
Yeah.
Like they just card declined, he got hacked. Well, you just don't have updated information, and then you don't mow it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Charge them 3 times the cost the next time you mow it?
Well, it would warrant a phone call immediately. Be like, hey, Mrs. Herfner, your payment didn't go through.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And if there's no phone call, or you get the again, you don't want to deal with these kind of clients, which I dealt with for years. But it's just a conversation immediately. You just know oh, cool, I'm not gonna hopefully have this issue at the end of the month, or whatever. But you just get ahead of any potential problem at that point. Oh, I didn't even know my card was expired or whatever.
Yeah.
And you just got to deal with that crap. And now there's a whole month's billing on the line, versus just a week or two.
Week. Yeah.
And if you can't get a hold of them for some reason, again, we may not mow next week, or maybe we'll mow, but we don't trim.
You're
we're gonna start.
Minimum,
we're gonna start ratcheting back, and then next week we're just gonna drive by and look mean at the place.
Just mean mug them.
We're gonna mean mug the place. Yeah, kick the dog maybe while we're at it.
That's good. Well, we're at an hour.
I'm not advocating violence against animals, by the way.
Are you though? I mean, you want to tell them what you want to do with old Sleepy Turtle out there earlier?
What did I want to do to poor Sleepy the Turtle?
We can't talk about it.
Sleepy the Turtle.
I'm not getting PETA called on me.
I had no problem or beef with Sleepy the Turtle.
That's fine if you want to say that.
What do you even...
All right, folks. That's a great show. Way to wrap it up.
I didn't want to hurt Sleepy the Turtle.
All
right.
Where does everybody find you?
Auman Landscape on all the platforms, Kid Content Podcast.
I was so close to cutting you off.
I know. I figured that was coming. I was ready to take my lumps because that's all I do to you all the time. So, I can take it. That's okay. But thanks, Jeremiah. It's been fun. And I haven't told the world yet that I feel more lost than I've ever felt in business. So
that should feel honored.
Which is weird. 25 years in, I've never felt so lost in business in my life.
Well, who knows when this is coming out? But we're going to have a Marriage Monday. They don't know yet, but Kevin and Brittany are going to be on there.
Oh,
and we're going to dive into that even more.
Cherry. That's what that's going to turn into.
They might be on every show this week. Who knows?
It can go that way, that's for sure. Thanks for listening, folks. Thanks for hearing us out.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave us a big 5-star if you enjoyed the show. Share it with your friends. That's how we continue to grow the community one relationship at a time. Without any further ado, let's wrap this one up.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.